Welcome to Growth Sessions, the podcast.
I'm your host, Coco, and joining me as always,
Riya. So we back at it again on this wonderful day. And I'm glad to be here.
Me too. What, this episode like 20?
Something like that.
23.
We've been going hard for real. Like, we literally started in
February.
Yeah, February. And it's now July, and we just been going
strong.
And I just want to say thank y'all that listens, and we doing this for y'all, and hopefully that every single session y'all get something out of it, and y'all just relate to us.
I agree. But how has your week been?
It's been crazy, but it's been good. I've just been like, I feel like I've been living in the moment, in the present more. Like, just accepting my life for what it is and not trying to rush things or go in the past, which I've been, like, doing my whole life, basically just living in the past or living in the future. But lately, I'm just like, I'm glad where I am now, you know?
That's good. Acceptance. Letting everything happen the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How your week been?
It's been pretty good. I feel like I've had a chill week. Today I finally got a little promotion, so
okay,
that's good. I got some extra money, so that's always great. I'm still doing my 75 hard challenge. I'm not as happy to say that as I was last week, but I'm still standing strong in it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, anything new? Just like, you know, things just been the same. Other than the 75 hard challenge. But that's kind of old now.
That's still, it feels new every day. No, I'm just joking. No, honestly, same old.
Summertime is hot.
Like that. Yeah, I'm just in the house saving. I think I shared I was approved for my apartment, so
okay.
I know. So
that's
now
exciting.
It's just saving and like I'm trying to like get everything that I want prepared because I be planning stuff. I'm trying to
you gotta have it down to the T
ahead always.
You like a plan A. You don't like plan A. You don't like plan B's.
So I have like a notes with all the couch options I want. I have like, I'm extra, y'all. It's the truth. I know I am, but I have like basically like a whole list of everything I need to buy, and I'm starting to get realistic because I'm like, honestly, I'm probably not going to have all this by the time I get there, but just me being who I am, I think I can have it all. So
but if you don't, it's okay.
Yeah. It's really expensive though. Like a couch, you like $1,000.
Everything
Washer and dryer,
expensive.
that's like a mattress. It's all, if you have $3,000, you're probably out by the time you get a washer, dryer, mattress, and a couch. It's done. So, yeah.
And it's a new month. I woke up feeling good today, and I seen like other people said the same thing, like on social media. Like, I woke up feeling good. I feel like it's gonna be a good month. That's how I feel. Like, I'm feeling good.
It's a fresh start.
Literally.
I hate to say it, I'm like still living for the future right now. Like, I'm still really excited for October and September. So I'm going on vacation in September. So right now I'm like just trying to get out my head that I'm just like really trying to just like focus on
because once that time comes, it's gonna come and it's gonna.
Yeah, that's the bad part because I know I need to like live in the moment and just let it come when it comes, because probably when I move out I'm gonna miss being at home or whatever the case may be. So I'm trying not to rush, but
you have a lot of exciting things coming, so
it's hard. Yeah.
So today we're gonna be talking about emotions.
Yeah, definitely in light of the Inside Out movie. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but if you haven't, I definitely recommend it. I think you recently just went to go watch it. What do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? Be honest.
I feel like the movie itself like a 6 out of 10, but the message a 10 out of 10. Because like, it's kind of a spoiler, but like it was just like in one setting, you know, and that was kind of like, we want to see more when we watch movies, but at the same time, it was a good message. It was behind the scenes kind of thing. So like, overall, what'd I say, 6 out of 10? Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Did you watch the first one, right?
Yeah, I feel like the first one was better. What the message in the second one was better.
I do agree about that. I feel like I agree with you on the settings, because it kind of is similar to the first one where Joy gets kicked out. I'm if y'all haven't seen the movie right now,
spoiler alert,
it's gonna be spoiled. We're kind of getting into it today, so just warning before I get into it. But Joy once again gets kicked out, but now she's not kicked out with Sadness, she's kicked out with the other ones. But still, I don't like that. It's very similar to the first movie where they're kicked out trying to find their way back. You know, it's like
it could have been a different type of storyline, I guess.
I agree.
You know,
who did you relate to the most? Which character did you relate to the most?
Anxiety.
Okay, yeah.
And I went with my cousin, but it wasn't really a character, but it was Honorary, the one that was on
Enwe.
Yeah,
I hope I'm saying that right. I think it's Enwe.
Yeah,
it's like Enwy, which basically is boredom. I was very confused on that character and like what it stood for. But it's like boredom.
I forgot what, like, I was like, who is that? And then like I heard in the movie they were saying Honorary.
I don't think it's Honorary.
Honorary. I swear.
I don't
think
they said
so.
It. I don't think so.
One of them. But yeah, it was like boredom.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like nonchalantness to me.
Yeah.
But
very like, yeah. But
that's who you related to?
No.
Who you relate to?
No.
I thought that's what you said.
I think I related to Anxiety too. I think he was really good seeing it. I'm surprised you said Anxiety. I thought you was supposed to say somebody else.
Who? Joy? No, I'm just kidding. But what would you think?
I don't know. you sometimes you I think you're a really joyous person. I really do. But you do highlight your times when you are upset and, mad or whatever. So I can see you maybe, pairing up with maybe like anger a little bit. Maybe you be in tune with him just a little bit, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think overall what I see from you is joyous. But yeah, I think my favorite part about it was whenever she was talking about her projections. Because I feel like that's how I am. Like I was just telling y'all, I plan. And y'all don't know how many times I have like saw out a situation in my head and thought about every single scenario way it could go before it even happens. And that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
It is, because like each projection, like you'll feel something, like if this happens, okay, I'm feeling this. Mm-hmm. Or like if that will happen, then like I'm feeling kind of embarrassed about it. Like just things like that. Like it's crazy how many emotions we can just put ourselves into. Mm-hmm. But like what I got from the movie is like we literally drive ourselves crazy. We drive ourselves to all these projections and to feed into everything. Like it's really on us. Like it's our fault most of the time about how we feel. Nobody else, is us. Like we literally drive ourselves crazy. We drive ourselves insane. Whatever. It's us. It's our fault.
I feel like it's for people who do have anxiety, like anxiety definitely can drive you crazy. But I feel like it starts out with good intentions. Like talking about the character. She had good intentions for wanting to do what she did, but she took it too far.
Yeah, she was doing too much. She didn't know what to stop.
Yeah.
And that's how anxiety is too. Like you just don't know when to stop. Like you don't know when to shut off. Like
not letting it control you it's hard.
It is really hard. And another thing that I got from it is like all the emotions work together. Like Joy can't do everything by herself. Neither can anger. Neither can sadness. Like they all have to work together to, balance things out.
I agree. And that's funny because I was talking to my mom before I went to see the movie, and I was like talking to my little brothers, and I was like, who do y'all think mom is? And they were like, Joy. I was like, I think you Anxiety. And she was like, like she was kind of offended, like it's a kids movie, not majorly, but you know what I mean. And I feel like people have a negative connotation with any other emotion. Like some people just want to be joy, but like life's not always about being joyous and happy or whatever it is. So yeah, like definitely you have all these emotions for a reason. And
especially as you get older and experience different things, like more emotions are going to come.
Exactly.
It's just like we just get filled with emotions as we go, as we experience things, and we got to learn how to balance them all out. because one go take over and mess it all up.
Yeah. And they also, I like how they kind of hit on like suppressing your emotions, like when Joy was getting all those like balls and throwing them out, because that was her way of like trying to suppress certain things, and like you can't do that, you know.
That's when they all came back. Yeah. So you can't just,
because it's all part of who you are.
Yeah. And I feel like we do try to do that. Like, we try to suppress them, but where can they go? And if they go somewhere, they're just going to come right back. So you might as well just hang them up on a wall.
Bottling them up, they going to come out eventually.
Thank you.
But do we know how to deal with our emotions? Have we been taught how to deal with our emotions?
No.
And I will say I'm really happy for this new generation, because they have movies like this where they can actually talk about it like in an easily digestible, fun, like popular way that's actually like trendy to watch movies at that age right now. Like our kids' movies, they were good, but they weren't like this, you know?
And then it's like you have to be willing to be open-minded, because like I feel like if you go watch this movie and you're just closed-minded, you're not going to understand the message. Like, you're going to basically just call the movie boring. Because I've witnessed that, like, oh, how was the movie? It's like, oh, it's overhyped and like, did you understand the message though? Like, are you willing to understand your emotions?
I agree. I've already heard a few people be like, oh, this movie is whatever. But I feel like it has a lot of things that you don't like notice until you sit with it and like, oh, wait. And if you watch it, I don't think you should watch it twice, but if you watch it twice, I definitely feel like you'll notice a few more things you noticed the first time. I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And I feel like I'm a tough movie critic too. Like I'm pretty tough.
Yeah. I feel like this was something that I had to accept from watching the movie. Is like, wherever joy goes, sadness goes. That was something I noticed, and it's like, if you carry joy, if you carry happiness, it's inevitable. Like, sadness is going to come along, because, you know, one emotion doesn't last forever. You know? So that's kind of something you have to accept. Like, if you're going to be happy, you're going to be sad. And if you're sad, you're eventually going to be happy again.
I like that. I feel like that's like the exclamation point on it. It's like, if you're sad, if whatever goes up, it's gonna have to come down.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I am curious, like, even for me, I was thinking about the ways I deal with my anxiety, or the ways I have anxiety. Do you feel like you have ways you see your anxiety come out?
Yes. I feel like the one way I like mostly see it is like projections. Like, just putting myself in different scenarios in my head. And I can just be in my head all the time. And just trying to be like, oh, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. If I don't do this, this will happen. Things like that.
Trying to get ahead, like not living in the moment, but always being ahead. Like, I think in the movie, she had like won something, but she was still like on to the next. It's like, slow down. You didn't even get a chance to really like enjoy where you're currently at. Yeah.
That's what I put too. Like, anxiety, it likes to stay ahead of things. And that can be a good thing and a bad thing. But if you like, it can be a good thing when you just do it a little bit. But it can be a bad thing if you just overdo it and you don't know when to chill out. Because it also makes you lose your sense of self, having anxiety. And it makes you start people pleasing and overthinking.
Because you're trying to force an outcome rather than just letting it be whatever it is. Yeah. But I really do feel like if you have anxiety, you have good intentions and you're just trying to like give yourself the best outcome possible. But you really are just robbing yourself of a genuine opportunity. So, yeah. But I get it. I have it, and I try to stay 2 steps ahead. And it's like working for me. I try to like be cautious of it. But, you know, as long as you're, I feel like, rewriting your thinking. Because, like, I've been learning to do that when I have negative thoughts. Like, oh, what if this happens? Like, oh, what if it works out very, very well, you know? And just reminding myself. Because I always say, like, I go into anything expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because I really will go in. Like, I've already thought about all the ways it could be bad, you know?
So do you feel like that saves you sometimes?
Yeah.
If it does go bad, like, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, it'd be saving my ego sometimes. I'd be like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, girl, no, you wanted it to be different, and it wasn't different, and that's okay. Like, but I think that way it helps me. It keeps me safe. Like thinking out the worst options and then hoping for the best. That way, if it goes south, I already knew what that looked like. I already planned that out.
Yeah.
But all the time it took to plan all that out, though, when I could have just been,
when you just could have came in with your sense of self. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. It's kind of on and off. Like, if I think it's gonna go bad, then that's just what I'm gonna think. But like, if I have high hopes that it's gonna go good, then I'm like coming into this situation with high hopes, but also like if it does go bad, like I am figuring out like what will happen if it does go bad. I will like plan out what I would do.
So you just take it really as it comes.
Yeah.
And you go from there. That's a good way to be.
Yeah. Do that means we have a hold of our emotions and we know how to control them since we do that? Or like it's just the anxiety that's just doing too much. Like,
anxiety definitely doing too much. But I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to master your emotions and to know exactly what you're feeling. Like when you feel a certain way, I just be like, what is it? I say like, I'm like feeling away right now. I never like can really like put a word on it, but there's so many different ways you can feel, and there's like mixtures of emotions. It's not always just sadness. Sometimes there's feelings with, sadness and happiness. There is like this chart online. Y'all might have to look it up, but it tells you like the titles of mixtures of emotions, and I think it's just good to be in tune with whatever each one of them feels like and what it means,
and accept it and let it come in and let it pass,
and don't try to like fix it right then and there. I feel like sometimes like when we feel a certain way, we're trying to like therapize. That's not a word. We're trying to, what's the word? We're trying to, I don't know, like overthink it and get into it when it's really just like let it be what it simple is.
Yeah. And I feel like, of course, too much of anything is bad. And like in the movie, it was too much anxiety. So like that caused her to like be out of tune with herself. And she needed the rest of the emotions to come in and balance that. So like too much of sadness is bad. Like too much of fear is bad. And I feel like we let one emotion take over sometimes. Like we just let it control everything, and that's when we get deep into our feelings and we start feeling depressed and stuff.
That is true.
So like don't let one emotion take over.
What if joy wants to take over though? Like, is that really that bad if joy wants to take over?
Yes, because in the movie I feel like she needed I don't know, I mean, when you see overly happy people all the time, of course it's they dealing with something inside.
Honestly, and this is something bad, I know it's bad, but people who are overly joyous, I just be like,
Exactly.
Like it's giving fishy, it's giving fake, it's giving like you're putting up a facade, because there's just no way you're always naturally that prime.
And it's like we always need balance. And like in the movie, I feel like joy was taking over, but like she needed sadness to remind her of a memory or something so she could help a situation or something like that. Like, like even with talking to people, like say you want to feel sympathy for somebody, that sadness is gonna have to come in. So like joy can't take over. Nobody can take over.
I think it also evolves you. Like I think they were talking about certain memories and how like it started off sad, but then it turned into a joyous moment. Like that builds character. That allows you to really like learn that you can flip any situation. Like it's like the people who are always consistently happy, I feel like they're never really like, I don't know how
sit down with themselves. Like they're just, I don't know.
They're not really deep.
It's good to be happy though, but like in the movie, she was saying you got to be delusional to be happy. Did you get that part? They was calling her delusional. She was like, of course I'm delusional. Like, it's so hard to deal with y'all. All y'all do is complain.
And
so I guess you do got to be a little bit delusional. A little bit. I guess it depends on your situation, because like, say sadness is taking over, you have to be a little bit delusional and talk to yourself until like get out of that mode, so joy can come in.
Yeah.
It's just we just gotta. It's hard.
It definitely is.
Like, it really is. I feel like I see why people don't want to deal with their emotions, but
it's easier.
But it's always better when you do. It's always going to be a better turnout when you want to take hold of your emotions and control them.
And not let them control you.
Exactly. Because when they control you, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a shit show.
It definitely had its funny moments, though. On the last note, whenever that little, the fanny pack they had.
Yeah. They said, pouchy.
That was funny. Yeah. Definitely take your kids to go watch it if you haven't. You know, go look at it. It's on Disney Plus.
It's a good movie.
It's a cute little movie. But yeah, I think we just went to talk about it for a little bit. Gonna get into something light.
Yeah.
Something light.
Let's talk about anger. We need anger. Obviously, we need it.
I like him. I feel like he's a well organized man. He tried. Like he tried not to get there. But people take him there, and he gonna go there every time.
And anger wants things to be done quickly. Like, you know, like he wants it's like anger is like a quick response.
He's a short fuse.
Yeah. And I could relate to anger a little bit. Like, let me just deal with this. Let me do this. But I guess it kind of made it worse in some situations. But that's when the other emotions came in.
Did it?
Right, because like, I don't know.
He used his anger to break through that window, and they really needed that at that point.
Sometimes I don't know.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you need anger.
You do.
But you got to use it in the right way, I guess. You got to use it in a way that's helpful.
Mm-hmm. And if you angry, that's fine. Be angry. Just don't go do nothing don't try to suppress it. Then it pops out a lot more. And then don't try to like, I don't know, make impulsive decisions. Don't let it take the complete will, you know?
Yeah. Just let it come in and come out.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be okay.
I feel like Disgust's character is a little bit confusing because I feel like she's not just like all disgust. I feel like she's a good mix of different things.
Yeah. I feel like she's more like a questionable emotion.
Oh,
questionable. Like, she questions things.
Mm-hmm. She's kind of bougie.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, I don't want to wear this. I don't want to wear that. We can't be seen with them, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess is disgust in a sense. It's just not like, I think disgust seems like a very extreme word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's not going to work with me. That's not going to work for me. Mm-hmm. Which is okay. You know? A lot of things don't work for you, and it's okay. But it's good to question it. It's good to know.
I don't like Sadness' character.
Oh my god.
And anxiety annoyed me multiple times in this movie. Sadness, she's just so like, I'm like, girl, sit up.
Yeah.
But you do need sadness. I don't know.
I be feeling like sadness, but it's just like it kind of gets annoying to myself when I be feeling sadness. Like, girl, get up. Like, stop being sad. Like,
my sadness don't look like that though. I hope my sadness can be a mixture between like anger and sadness. It definitely can be a mix.
You want to be irritated. You need to irritate.
I do get irritated.
Emotion.
Mm-hmm. I really do. I need an annoyed emotion, an irritated emotion. Yeah.
Then they had nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
Do you be having nostalgia moments?
I definitely do. I try not to reflect too much on the past.
I kind of do. Like, you know how she came in and came out? Mm-hmm. Mine be staying in a little bit.
Yeah, she got to get back in there. What they said for 20, 30 more years. They said until you, what they said? They said 20, 30 more years until nostalgia can come out. But it's good to think and reflect on your past, just not to dwell on it too much, you know?
There's just so much going on up here. Like, literally. Like, what we gotta do? What we supposed to do? How can we stay on top of our emotions? How can we stay on top of what's going on here? Like, are we even in control?
Learning how to regulate your emotions, breathing,
like
redirecting your thought, going for a walk.
We just got to figure out how to control it, because if we don't, then it's just going to take over.
Like, when you angry, do you want to like hit somebody or throw something?
Yes.
So what you do instead?
Go to sadness, I guess.
So because you can't hit nobody. Obviously, you shouldn't hit nobody.
Yeah.
But I definitely would go like
Yeah.
throw some stuff around.
Yeah, my anger goes to sadness. Even if I do throw stuff around, I'll be sad
afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, what's your like list of emotions
that I feel a lot?
Yeah, like how do we go? Like, what's the first one? What's the second one? What's the third one? Which one goes after the other?
The wheel. I do feel you on that. Whenever I'm angry or like somebody makes me mad, or like there's been times I'm gonna argue with someone, I'm about to fight, and I'm like very angry to the point where I start crying because I'm just like so frustrated, you know. It's got to come out some sort of way, you know. So it just comes out in like tears and sadness. So mine definitely can go that way. I think anxiety, like when I plan something out and it works out, it can lead to happiness. Like anxiety can lead to joy. When it doesn't work my way, anxiety like doubles down and can become like fear and sadness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say just on a daily basis, anxiety is coming in number one. And then based on like my projections and stuff, and if this happened, like fear comes next. And then I guess I'll throw disgust in there, like just questioning things. And then based on those projections again, I'll be angry. And then right after angry, sadness. And then I feel like at the end of the day, I end the day with joy.
Then you get it all out. That's good. I guess as long as you come back to joy, that's good.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen those people going to the movie theaters in paint? Because when I went to the movies, there was a few people in there with their faces completely painted in, and they had blue wigs on. And there was this video going around TikTok, and people were bullying the girls who went to the movies in face paint. Now, am I gonna go to the movies in face paint? No, because that's just doing too much for me. Is it funny? If I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's like when Barbie came out, they were dressing as Barbie and Ken.
See, but that's cute though. These people, no shade, they have face paint, like yellow on their neck, hands. I saw one girl, she had it like everywhere. One of them was all blue, one of them was all green. They have wigs on. Like, y'all look a little ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That must have been their favorite movie. Or just the hype around the movie. It's been a lot of hype around it, you know?
But I also think some people just don't really care what other people think anymore, and they're just like, I'm finna go out here, this is me and my friends, we're gonna go do this, we don't really care what people think, and it's funny to them, and it's like an experience they're always gonna look back on like 20 years from now. They're gonna be like, remember that one time we like was being dumb and went, you know. So I think that's good.
I think it's good too.
I just won't be doing it, not at that extent, but like full, like legs, arms, neck, anyway.
They was joy. But yeah. Do you talk to yourself?
Yeah, I do.
You be telling yourself good things?
I try to, but yeah, I don't think I tell myself bad things.
In your head, you probably do.
I mean, like, I might have my projections that are bad. Yeah. Or like deep down, I know I can't. I've said I'm going to do something, but I know I'm not doing it. So I'll just give myself some tough love. Like, girl, you know. But not like, I don't be telling myself anything negative. Like, some people really have negative self-talk.
Yeah. Do you believe in the power of the tongue? Like, whatever you say is it's in the air and it's gonna, you know, come to reality.
I don't believe it in the sense that other people do, when it's like, oh, the air manifested in the earth, and no. I just...
Like what you say, literally, like what you say. Like, you shouldn't say that. Like, you know?
I just feel like your subconscious keeps track of those things, like I was saying in the last episode, and like we saw in the movie, her beliefs became like, it's like, it's more with you. It's not like the universe is gonna like make you. It's just, I think it's more internal. If you say bad things, you're gonna remember that, and like that's really how you're gonna believe and what you're really gonna feel. So, do you?
Yeah. I just try to just say good things, speak good things, but like I feel like it's not gonna be effective if in my head I'm still thinking bad things. So like I try to make him work together and just try to not speak bad on anything,
Yeah.
Because why would you do that?
You're not helping yourself out at all.
Nope. What are the words you keep telling yourself lately?
What are the what?
Like, what are the words you keep what are the words you've been telling yourself lately?
Keep going. That's mainly what I've been telling myself. Just to keep going. You'll get there eventually. Slow down. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say everything is working out how it's supposed to be. Everything's working out in my favor. Don't be hard on yourself. Keep going. And appreciate what you have now. Those are the words I tell myself.
Those are some really good ones.
Yeah.
I feel it too.
I be talking to myself in the car and stuff. Like driving home. It feels good to talk to myself.
Do you remember when people used to say, like, you want to know how you're crazy? If you talk to yourself, that's how you know you're crazy. Like, yep. I thought that was weird. I talk to myself all the time. Like, there's times where I'll even be, like, do my makeup and I act like I'm doing, like, a tutorial. I don't know why I do it, but I'll be like, okay, I'm putting my look. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just very, like,
I feel like we should do it. Like, we should talk to ourselves more because, like, it will help us going out to the real world and talking to other people, because we already didn't practice it, I guess. Like,
yeah. And getting it out your head and getting it, like, out,
Yeah. Because if we can't talk to ourselves, we can't talk to nobody. If we don't love ourselves, we can't love nobody else. If we can't take hold of our emotions, we can't help anybody else with theirs if they need help. It starts with us.
It definitely does.
And you're not crazy if you talk to yourself. Do you feel like bad things need to happen?
I think it builds character. Yeah, I do think so. Just part of it.
Part of life.
Not everybody's gonna have a great life. You have to get yours. Sadly.
And it's about how you respond. Like, life is definitely gonna throw things at you, at everybody. But it's just about how you respond to it.
What's the saying? Make something out of lemons, or make lemons out of. What's the saying?
You gotta make.
You've never heard the saying? It's like I don't know. Lemonade. I don't know. I really can't think of it.
You gotta make $1 out of 15 cents.
Sometimes it be like that though, especially with money.
Yeah. And I feel like we have to give ourselves more grace. Like, I feel like a lot of us, we do be hard on ourselves. And we just don't take time to process things as we should. We just be like in a rush to do everything. Like anxiety. Like, do you feel like everybody have anxiety? Like in different ways though?
Yeah, I definitely do. Because my boyfriend definitely has anxiety. He won't admit it to himself, but I see him sometimes and I'm like, you a little anxious.
Yeah.
Everyone. I think there's in different ways,
Mm-hmm. I'd definitely be anxious. Just about little things. Like, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I know why, but I feel like sometimes it's like, why am I anxious? Like, why do I have to be anxious right now?
I think anxiety definitely goes hand in hand with like fear and the unknown and like definitely trying to get ahead.
Definitely the unknown.
And I think it does stem from some sort of like disappointment you've had in your life. And
ooh, you hit it right
you're
on the
trying
spot.
to like get ahead of that in some sense or way. You're trying to look out for yourself, but yeah,
it's just doing more harm though when you're anxious about something.
And it definitely starts when you become more conscious of yourself. When you're not a conscious person, I feel like it's probably gonna be hard for you to have anxiety because you're just out there in the world, you know. Once you start becoming conscious, then I feel like you are more aware and trying to get ahead and plan things, you know.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I know it's people out there that's not self-aware, and I'm kind of jealous of them because like they don't have to deal with so much with a person that is self-aware. Because it's like when you start being self-aware, you just start noticing everything. You start just having all these emotions just coming from each side. Like being self-aware is it's like a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, that's how I was gonna say. I feel like being self-aware is not a bad thing because I think you should be self-aware.
You should. But like those people that aren't self-aware, they have this much to worry about, I feel like.
But they also be willy-nilly and just like, I don't know. Yeah, I think you definitely should be self-aware. And yeah, I do get what you're saying though, because people who aren't, it's like they can just do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. No second guessing themselves, no planning ahead. They just take whatever at face value and move forward. Very free.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to look
definitely
bad.
Free. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like you say, it doesn't have to look like that. But I feel like I'm overly self-aware. Like I didn't pass the limit of self-awareness. I feel like I just be noticing everything. I'm so observed.
What happened to make you become so self-aware?
I guess like it really started like when I started to like my self-discovery journey. Mm-hmm. Like when I started to journal and watch videos on self-reflection, like just in that journey, like 2 years ago, like when that all started, like just me being more in tune with myself and learning myself. That's when it started. And like it just kept going, like it never stopped. It just kept getting more and more. I just kept getting more and more self-aware of everything and like how I felt about the past things and how I felt about, you know, people in my life and situations I was in, situations I've been in, like just overthinking about the past. Not overthinking, but just understanding it more.
I do feel like that goes hand in hand with growth. I feel like you can't really grow if you're not going to take time to be self-aware and get to know your old self and why she did the things that she did. And even though it can be annoying and it feels like you're overdoing it and it's painful, I feel like it is definitely part of the process.
Yeah.
You won't be no better if you didn't learn why you did the things you did and why you was there in the first place, you know?
Right. I feel like that's growth right there. Just not being stuck in where you are or where you've been. It's just becoming aware of it, accepting it, knowing why you did it, knowing why that happened. Like just figuring things out, figuring who you are. Mm-hmm. Like that's growth. Because at that point, you just keep going. Like you're not going to backtrack to that person who wasn't self-aware. You're not. Like you can't be self-aware and go back to that person that wasn't.
I do feel like at the end of that tunnel, there's definitely like freedom and like joy, and like self-awareness don't have to be negative, but I think it definitely doesn't start out that way. But you just got to keep trying to get to the end of the tunnel, you know?
And you'll get there. Mm-hmm. And I've been told that you'll get there, but like I definitely feel like it comes with growth and it comes with you aging, you know? Like I definitely feel like wisdom comes with age and just growing mentally and physically. And I feel like just growth is mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's growth. They're all, you know? I feel like you can't grow with age, but grow with your mind, you know? You have to grow with your mind, grow with your age, grow with experiences. Yeah.
Grow into it all.
Now, in the movie, I feel like anxiety was making her like people please and like try to fit in places, and like she wasn't herself. And I could say like I have related to that, but I didn't know where it came from. I thought it was just me coming. I thought it was just like coming from me not loving myself. But now I'm starting to realize like that's just anxiety trying to take over and overthinking.
And that reminds me of like, because I think anxiety and people pleasing definitely go hand in hand. And I feel like when you start to people please, you are trying to like take someone else's like right to get to know you. You're just hurting yourself in a sense, because you're trying to like control and like change yourself to fit whatever they're going to like, which is hurting yourself in an extent, but also like stealing them of the right to just kind of decide if they like you or not, or you're cheating yourself in front of your people. But I definitely have been there before too.
Do you feel like when you was doing that, you wasn't with the right people?
Yeah, I wasn't. I feel like, and I do think, do you think you can spot a people pleaser though? Like you feel like you can tell? Okay, so you know when somebody's like not really being their true selves.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like I feel like you'll have to know them though, know them personally to kind of point it out.
Okay, otherwise you can't tell.
Yeah,
but they definitely aren't the right people for you. And then when you like, it's kind of hard, because if you have been people pleasing and those friends never got to know the real you, then you really gonna lose them all, honestly, because then they're gonna
the relationship is not real.
Yeah, and you built it off of a fake foundation. Like it really, when you think about it, it's kind of crazy how when you people please, you really like are just lying to yourself, you know?
And building things off a fake foundation is never gonna go anywhere.
It's kind of scary, but it's a lot more common than people think, and it feels like you have to do it because you don't feel accepted in whatever way someone somehow told you that coming as yourself the way you are wasn't okay, so you feel like you had to do it. It's like a survival instinct in a way,
Mm-hmm.
But once you know better, you definitely got to do better.
Yeah, and it's kind of annoying like when you know the person and they people please, and it's like if you be yourself, like you are going to be accepted. Like why are you thinking you're not going to be accepted? Why are you thinking no one's going to like you? Like I know you, like you can see people more than they can see themselves, and that's kind of like really annoying,
mind-blowing, honestly.
It is.
So if only we could just switch eyes for a second and you could see how amazing you are and how you bring so much to the table, but you really are your worst critic sometimes. And if only like life allowed us that opportunity to like see ourselves from a different perspective,
But it's crazy that we literally can't. Like we literally can't. I wonder why that is. Like, because we gotta know ourselves internally. The outside doesn't matter.
No. Because everybody's gonna have a different perspective of you. Every single person. Your mom, I have a different perspective of you than your friends. We know, like, everyone's gonna have a different shape of you, who you are.
But what matters is you in the inside.
The way
how you see yourself inside. Because how you see yourself outside, what is that gonna do? It's not gonna really matter. It's about how you see it internally.
I definitely think it could spark a fire if it was an option. I think it could definitely start that like self-discovery journey to be like, oh, like you think you look like this. Well, oh, like if I can see myself through this lens, actually I don't look that way. And then you put your eyes back on and really start to do the work. But that's not how it works. So I don't know. Definitely, maybe if you're that friend, telling the person that and trying to uplift them as best as you can. But at the end of the day, no changes will probably be made without them putting that work in, and unless they really want it.
True.
You can see all you want.
Just like you can destroy yourself and drive yourself crazy, the same way you could pour into yourself and make yourself feel good and love yourself. It's literally on you. Nobody else could do that. Literally. So I don't know why we be out here trying to put people in those positions to uplift us when it's on us to uplift ourselves. Like fulfillment. Like I definitely feel like I look for other people for fulfillment in different ways. And I'm like, why can I never get this? It's because like I have to give it to myself. Like that's not their job. Which kind of sucks because I feel like we try to compare ourselves to other people and like, oh, they got this person that makes them happy or whatever. But like do we really know that? Like, we don't really know. We can just see on the outside. We don't know how they feel on the inside. They might be happy on the outside, but feel sad on the inside.
I have done that before too. Just be wanting like friendships or certain friendships to like, you know, want to do certain things, and it's like none of that even matters at the end of the day, you know? It's definitely hits different whenever you discover that. I feel like it's an uncomfortable situation. It's like, I gotta go do some work. Nothing else is gonna, you know, do the trick.
Man, the way that I want people to do work on themselves is crazy. But like, I can't force them. And it's like, why you don't want to do work on yourself? Why you don't want to grow? Why you don't want to be a better you? Like, why are you just stuck in this small box? Like, why do you feel like people are like that?
Not everybody wants that life, you know? Not everybody wants to grow and be open-minded.
It's that potential that we see.
That wasted potential for sure. I don't know. And sometimes it's easier just to keep the blinders on, and blindness is bliss, and go through life like that.
But that just sucks. When you want better for them, like,
it's what it is. You either gonna get here
gotta
or
move
you
around,
not.
I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta move around, but
you gonna take the blinders off and experience life, or you gonna leave them on?
Can y'all just please take the blinders off and just grow and want better for yourself? Please.
It hurts too much. You got to get into this. Opens a whole can of worms. It's easy just to leave it alone, act like it never happened.
But the worms go away, I promise.
But you got to do the work to get the worms to go away, though. That's hard.
Can you really respect somebody like that, though?
That's just what they chose to do with their life. I feel like you can respect them. Because some people don't know any better besides just to suppress.
You don't want to try?
And also, you got to think, some people have been through some things, you know, where we can maybe get over our trauma a lot easier than they could, you know, like to go through their trauma is like they're really in survival mode because they've taught themselves to keep living. They have to suppress this. They can't think about it. They can't touch it. But that's sad. It is sad, but that's a survival instinct for a lot of people who've been through some traumatic things, you know?
Yeah.
Why you make that face?
No, because you really said, like, that's true. Like, we can't, you know, we can't walk in other people's shoes. So, like, it is what it is.
For me, yeah, it was hard, but it's definitely a lot easier than it would have been for people who've been through some things, you know. So shout out to the people who, you know, fighting those battles, and hopefully you can have the courage to dig into it and figure it out, you know.
It's worth it. Ain't it worth it?
I think so. I mean, you definitely have to have a good support system and start with a good foundation before you start getting into that, because it's not easy. It's easy to push it away, but once you open it up, it's not as easy to put it back. So definitely got to have a strong system and support group around you.
Let me just say, I want the best for everybody. Like, literally. Like, I want y'all to grow. I want y'all to be self-aware. And I feel like it's worth it in the end. Like, you can't really lose in that situation. I feel like, I'm not going to say you could lose just being in a box and not wanting to open that can of worms. But I just feel like it's better if everybody just took the time to grow and be self-aware. Like, I feel like the world would be a better place, because, like, of course, if you stuck in that trauma and stuck in what happened to you, like, that's going to project on other people, and that's not always good. Yeah.
I really, to agree with her, I feel like once you've made the jump and you've got to know yourself and you've, you know, just did it, like, you on the other side, like, trying to, like, hey, come on, make the jump, like, it's really worth it. Like, you be trying to go back
literally,
and, like,
you want to just
tell people, like, yeah, I get it's scary, but just make the jump and you're gonna see how, you know, amazing it is. So I know what that's like.
And then it's when people that you love, but they don't want to make the jump. You can't make them. Even with friends, like, they just gotta stay on the other side.
And you could try to make a bridge for them, they gonna walk right back because they didn't
like,
do that for
themselves.
Yeah, no. is what it is. But yeah,
like on the first, have you seen the first Inside Out?
mm-hmm.
I forgot what she was saying, but she was talking to that little pig thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, remember, she was like, "Come on,"
You're
but he disappeared.
You're talking about
I forgot.
His name starts with a B. What is it?
I don't know, but she was like, "Come on, come on," and then he couldn't come. He just disappeared.
Yeah, I almost cried. I think I cried the first time I watched that because I felt.
What was she saying?
He was like, "Go save Riley." What's his name?
Yes, he was saying, "Yes, go save Riley." And she thought, was like, she thought he was coming with her.
What did she say? She said his name. She's like, I'm like, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was the name? What is his name?
I know.
Okay.
Wait.
Look it up. Because it's going to drive me crazy. I don't know if that happens to y'all, but if I'm thinking of something, I can't find it.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong. Oh.
Bing Bong be the people I love and my friends and anybody in my life. Y'all be wanting to come with me and jump over that bridge, but they just can't.
Sometimes they can't come with you. And you still love them.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, like,
no,
it's just acceptance.
How Bing Bong did that last effort for her. Like, he didn't have to do that. He could have been selfish. Like, no, you finna stand out here with me, you know? But he threw himself off for her.
But that could be a way of, like, how the people that don't want to jump over the bridge can help us even go further in life.
They didn't have to cut Bing Bong off like that. They didn't.
Right.
And he was fighting. He said, they tearing down because they was tearing down all his stuff. They was trying to erase him. They did not have to do him like that. Anyways.
Man. But, yeah, that's life, man. We can't always... It's just, you know, some people are in our life for a reason and a season and a lesson, and that always can't go to us. So it's us. It's like everybody's living their own life. Like everybody's it's just single. Like everybody's for their own self. You know?
Yeah.
As much as we want that person to come with us, or as much as we want that person to be around, like it might not be the destiny for them or for us. It's not their path. They're not supposed to be on our path with us. Like, life is just selfish.
Be what it be. I feel like that once you get past your journey and you learn to love yourself, it's really okay when you learn that, like, it's you and that's it. It's all you got. That's the way you come into this world. That's the way you leave the world.
But I feel like at the end of the day, people have to come to their senses. I feel like it don't matter if you're 60 years old. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna become self-aware. I feel like that. It's gonna take life. It's gonna take life to do that, though. Like it's gonna take life to become self-aware, and it's gonna take you're gonna become self-aware.
I don't think so.
You think
I hate
people
to say that.
Dang.
I like that mindset. I really do, but I know some people who are up there in age and
Okay.
they just don't have it, and they ain't gonna have it.
That's
They're
true.
not going to. It's just like not everybody's going to reach their full potential. I think we even talked about this. Some people are examples in your life of what happens if you don't make that jump. You know?
Okay. I get that.
You gotta have that too. Not everybody can win. You know.
I'm gonna just say, if you keep God first, or whatever you believe, if you keep a higher power above yourself, then I feel like you will. But like if you just out here just, you know, like whatever, then like maybe not. You might not reach that potential you could have reached. But if you are a believer and believe, then you will achieve.
I definitely agree.
What you need. So yeah.
I think that was a good conversation, even just talking about the emotions and self-awareness and the journeys and being in tune with all that, for sure.
I feel like we could do a part 2.
I think so too. We had a whole lot to say about this episode.
Right.
But we're going to get into our deep questions. I can't get it because my nails. I'm going to give you some. Yeah, you can have one more.
You got one. I got 2. Oh, it's 3?
Right here. I just have an extra. It's okay. Have you ever gotten or would you ever get plastic surgery?
No.
You wouldn't?
It's just the thought of like going to the doctor and having to be sleep. You know, like if I don't need to do it, then I'm not gonna do it.
I like right now at this day and age, you know, I don't think I want to get surgery or any of that. But I think after I'm like, if I'm in my 40s, I had kids, you know, I want to have 4 kids. After 4 kids, maybe I want a little tummy tuck or a little, you know, a little lift. You know, I feel like nothing's wrong with that, just to enhance my features. Nothing like, I wouldn't go get a BBL and it's like crazy, but you know.
Chloe go walking with that big old booty.
I'm happy that that's finished dying out low key, but just a little enhancement, you know, because you put your body through a lot to have kids. So.
Yeah. What do you think BBLs will look like in the future when people get old?
Wow, no, I'm just joking, but because you can start, it's just facts. Like people already start to like, you'll get a BBL in a year, you can have lost it. So I think honestly, it's not like boob implants where like it's gonna stay in there. I think probably they'll just melt off.
Yeah. Okay. Show your friends the last selfie you took.
We're gonna insert. You wanna insert it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna insert Shariah's selfie.
I feel like I take just selfies every day.
It's gonna be right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put mine here too. Okay. Anyways, how good are you at keeping secrets?
Like not saying it to nobody. I'll rate myself a 9 out of 10.
It depends on how juicy it is. No, let me stop. But honestly, I feel like I'm probably gonna tell somebody. Like I might tell my man.
That's what everybody, like literally, like once you say it, it's no longer a secret. Cause it's gonna get told to some. It might not be like just messy, you know what I'm saying? Like like a messy situation, but like you said, yo man, I might tell my little sister, like, what she gonna do with it? Nothing.
But if I tell somebody, it's gonna be somebody that it means nothing to them. Like I'm not gonna go and be messy about it. But like if I tell my man, he's probably not even gonna listen. It just gives me a chance to really get it off my chest. I don't know. If I keep a secret, I really do applaud myself because I don't know. I'm just, you know, my personal life. I'm not a person who's very secretive. I'm an open book. So I don't know. If it's something really big, I just be like, I need to get this off my chest. That's so bad. But I think if it's something big too, like I would respect, like, okay, this person shared this with me. I'm not gonna tell nobody.
Yeah.
But if it's small, I'm like,
I can hold secrets though. Yeah.
Take it to the grave.
Yeah.
For yourself or for other people's secrets they give you?
For myself, definitely take it to the grave. I can hold secrets.
See, I don't know. I don't know if I can take, because things just bother me. Like I be wanting to get stuff off my chest. Like, I be wanting to come clean.
Yeah, like it's like I need to come clean about this.
It don't even mean nothing.
But
to
it don't.
Nobody.
You're right. It don't be too messy. You don't be messy at all. What types of jobs have you had?
What was your first job?
McDonald's, and I worked there for 2 years.
Oh wow!
But I used to have fun. Like it was like the people from my school worked there. It was fun.
You was an
and I used to be eating. All like it used to be fun. We basically just used to do what we want to do.
I be eating out the tub of the fries. I be eating right out the fries. I love McDonald's fries.
I have some today.
They're good. Is the food cooked well since you got to see behind?
I mean, everything is frozen, but
you get to see the labels on anything. Is it real meat?
I don't know. I really didn't look at the labels.
You was like, I'm just an employee.
I would just eat certain things. I wouldn't eat like a McRib. I wouldn't eat a McRib.
There's something
or a fish fillet. I'm sorry. Some people like
crazy.
Some people really like fish fillet. I wouldn't eat a fish fillet.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I had fun at that job. That was like the best. I have so many memories there. Like, yeah.
Where'd you work at next?
I worked at Amazon next. 0 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend.
Was you lifting boxes and stuff?
Yes, I would like cut open the box and like put the stuff in a box in the tote, and that's what I would do all day.
I feel like that would be a fun job. For a while I wanted to be a packer, and like it looked like fun to me. But now I'm like,
like it wasn't just bad, but it was just like, I guess it got old quick.
My first job was at AMC.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did that job for like 2 years too, and I started when I was 15. If they paid me well, I probably still work there to this day because it was a fun time. Like you work with all your friends, and you know they like switch you on which job. Like some days I'd be on the concession, some days I'd be selling tickets, some days I'd be cleaning the theaters. There'd be times I'd be sleeping in the like I should have been cleaning, but I was taking naps instead, or I'd sneak and watch movies. Like I just did whatever I want. And then they had lockdowns too, which was really fun because we got to spend the night inside the mall.
That's
in
fun.
Theater. Like we got to play hide and seek in the theater.
What?
Somebody connected their PlayStation to the like what is it
Y'all
called?
was kicking it.
No, like it was a fun job.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I never saw you.
I loved it. Yeah, I worked there for a long time. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like now I'm really trying to just lock down a career. That's what I'm trying to do right now, because, yeah.
Those jobs that don't pay a lot really do be fun. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about it.
Right? It's like you can't get the best. You can't have your cake both and eat it too. No, literally.
I really don't like that saying, because why am I going to get my cake then if I can eat it? What's the point?
It's like, hey, here's your cake though.
I should be able to have my cake and eat it too. What's your question?
That was it. I only had two.
Oh. If you knew a friend was being cheated on, what would you do?
I would tell them.
But what if you had a friend who you know she's going to keep going back to him?
Then we just go be having a conversation about how he ain't shit, obviously. But if I just keep saying it, like, I'm gonna like leave him alone. He's not worth it. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna keep saying that. But like you said, she's gonna keep coming back.
I'll probably stop telling her after a while. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously, hey, I just want you to. I would just tell her, like, don't get too caught up in your feelings about him. Like, you can go back to him, but at this point, like, don't be all sad. Don't be in your feelings about it. Like, just accept it and just live your life too. Like, you know.
Can you be close friends with somebody who's like consistently getting cheated on and like isn't like,
and they know,
and isn't like enforcing their boundaries? It's really sad, like on their end. But can you feel like you can keep respect for that friend? Like, not trying to be mean towards them, but like I feel like you start to lose respect after a while.
Yeah, I feel like it will start to deteriorate the friendship, because like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, like I just said, I want better for people. I want better for everybody, and it's like this what you accepting? Like, no, you just, what's wrong with you? Like, come on now, you can do better.
It's hard to sit and watch like a train wreck. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and watch.
And I'm like, yeah, you're worth way more than that. And like, you don't think so? Then like, okay, what do you know? Like, how could you? What can you do for me at that point? But at this point, yeah. I ain't gonna say it.
But then I also think like, well, you know, what does it have to do with me? She getting cheated on. Does it have anything to do with me? But then I think, I don't know. I see what you're saying. No, I'm on your side with that. But then I'm like, oh well, we not getting cheated on. So
yeah,
let me not say that. I get scared saying stuff like that.
I was gonna say, but at this point, everybody get cheated on because everybody cheat.
That's not true. we gonna end it on that note. We not even gonna let her get that off. We ain't
even gonna start that conversation.
But yeah, if you guys made it this far, thank you for listening. We definitely really appreciate it.
And make sure to tune in every Wednesday for a new session.